Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, and this in-ring promo. Oh boy, where do I begin? So, first off, Chicago, they already knew what the assignment was. Tiffany got inside the ring and said, "What time is it? Tiffany time." And I said, this is going to be rough. They're going to give Charlotte a hard time. And oh man, did they give Charlotte a hard time. But here's the thing. So, before I even get into it, Charlotte has been in these environments before. I would think by this point, Charlotte would be able to handle what's going on. When she's getting booed like this, she's usually really good at being able to lean into it and then get the crowd to hate her and get over the babyface. Because she knows what to do. She knows what she's good at. Now, to me, the segment went off when Tiffany brought up the interview with Sherry. And you see, I don't know what exactly it was, but there was a part in the segment where Charlotte's demeanor changed. Like, she usually has a stone face, like she just no-sell stuff. But there was like a moment in there where Charlotte goes from normal face to, you know what I mean? Like that, what? Did she actually just say that? She just smiles. So when Charlotte messes up, she gets this like awkward smile. Like, okay. What was off about this segment is that she had that awkward smile throughout the entire thing. So, okay. Tiffany hits her with the interview with Sherry, basically called her a whiner and talked about how she's been battling with the crowd her entire career and that she'll never be able to win that battle. It's like Charlotte went, I don't think you're supposed to be saying that, but all right, I guess we'll lean into it. Whatever was supposed to be happening completely went off the rails there because that's when the segment went off script. And usually when things go off script, fine. You roll with it, and you bring it back. So what happened was Tiffany made that line, and then Charlotte got caught up. And then now she wants to respond to it, but then she can't because Chicago's giving her that Dom heat. They hated Charlotte. They did not let her talk. So, all right, now she's flustered, and now Charlotte, she can't talk now. Now she wants to respond to Tiffany, but then she has a segment to get through, so she has a script she needs to follow, and now she's getting booed by the crowd, and she cracked. Charlotte completely cracked. She didn't know what to do. And so Charlotte did the one thing she should not have done. She basically said, you know what, Tiffany? You get the final word. And I went, oh no. Charlotte, no excuse. You were in the main event of WrestleMania. You are a WrestleMania main eventer. You are literally the highest paid female wrestler in WWE. You should be able to handle this. Okay, Tiffany threw you a line that wasn't in the script. Oh, shit happens like that. You should be ready for that. Come on, Charlotte. You should have had something ready to go. I think Charlotte didn't know how to handle the situation. She got thrown off by that statement. And so she just said, fuck it. All right, you know what, Tiffany? You go. And so Tiffany now had to carry the segment by herself. And I love Tiffany. Compared to last week's promo, she did better this week, but it still felt like she was reading off of a script the way she was reading her lines. Now, the material she had, first off, when she told Charlotte that she's always been battling with the fans, you know that came from somebody. Someone gave her that line. Now, the crowd doesn't care because they love Tiffany. And so anytime she would hit her with a zinger, they'd be like, ooh, damn. When she hit her with that, you will always be secondary to your father, Ric Flair. Ooh. I forgot there was a line in there where she cussed. She said shit, and they bleeped it out. And then Charlotte was just like, oh, what did you say? What did you say? And this was Charlotte trying to lean into the booze to get more heat. And it got really awkward. And then the one line everyone's talking about, Tiffany Stratton hit Charlotte with the whole, after WrestleMania, you're going to be exactly how you are outside the ring. Alone. What are you, 0-3? Woo! And then Tiffany did. She got the hell out of there. But before she can get out, Charlotte said, hey, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs? Yeah, this segment wasn't it. It wasn't it. So let's get to one of the main issues I have with it. First off, I don't know what the original promo was supposed to do, but nobody got over in this segment. I feel like because of how awkward it was, And because people came out feeling sorry for Charlotte than it did to get Tiffany over, because a lot of people, if you go online, people are saying, man, I feel sorry for Charlotte. You're not supposed to be doing that. We're not supposed to be putting sympathy on the heel. Because now people are thinking about that interview she had with Sherry, and I did watch it, where she's talking about her struggles coming back from her injury and then getting divorced 3 times. Even I felt sorry for her. It was a good zinger, but the whole purpose is to make you want to see Tiffany beat Charlotte. Charlotte's the heel. Also, I'm sorry, but Charlotte has no excuse. She should not be cracking under the pressure. No, I am a big Charlotte fan supporter, and part of the reason is, I tell people all the time, look, when it comes down to it, there's a reason why Charlotte Flair gets the money that she gets. She always delivers. She delivers inside the ring. She delivers sometimes in segments, not always, but she delivers when it's time to. She didn't deliver here. She did not deliver the goods. This was one of those segments where people question, why are you getting paid the money that you're getting if this is what we're going to get out of you? If you can't handle this, you shouldn't be getting paid no $3 million. I'm just saying, anytime Charlotte Flair and Tiffany are on the microphone, it never hits. When they're brawling, the backstage one I can let go. When they were backstage, you can work with that because the power of editing. But outside of their backstage interview, which was actually pretty good, their microphone skills have not been well. Their brawl, though, the brawl they had 2 weeks ago, where Tiffany did the dive to the outside, did the dive from the, was it the Titantron? He dove up the Titantron onto Charlotte. That was great. That was great. But this segment, I feel like what they were trying to accomplish, it didn't go through. And I just came out of the segment going, well, that was awkward. And so now people, they have it in their head that Charlotte and Tiffany hate each other. This is just a theory. I can't prove this, but based off of how that segment went, yeah, I do think there is some real life heat happening between Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton. There's a reason why they went off script. The reason why they went off script is because I think Tiffany was upset that Charlotte's been cooking her these past few weeks. Like I said, her promo last week wasn't all that great. And their sit-down interview, people agree Charlotte completely nuked her. And so this week, I think the idea was for Tiffany to look a little bit better in front of Charlotte. Because Tiffany's not good on the microphone. She hasn't been delivering good promos as of lately. This week, I can't really say it actually helped. The match is going to be great. Let's get something straight. The WrestleMania match is going to be just fine. I'm not worried about the WrestleMania match. I'm concerned about the build. And I believe that wrestlers, when you have the right material, the promos will just flow, right? You don't have to worry about messing up anything, doing whatever the hell they tried to do in this segment, them going off script. They wouldn't have need to go off script if the material they had was already good. They would have just followed it. Clearly, there isn't a lot there for them to work with. And I think we should just be honest with ourselves. I think part of the reason why it's not hitting right now is because if they're not wrestling, there isn't much to Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair when it comes to the microphone, when it comes to them talking. There isn't a lot there. And someone mentioned the fact that they dressed alike. They have very similar personalities, which can be good if written well, but in this instance, it's not. So there isn't a lot to work with. And quite frankly, I think it would be better for them if they didn't have another promo. The next time these two are inside the ring, it should just be to wrestle. That's just me. But yeah, I did not like this segment. There needs to be a come to Jesus moment with these two on the microphone. Both of them. I don't think Charlotte has ever been the best in the mic, but I've always thought she had enough where she's decent and she's passable. This is one of those segments where even I question that now. And again, she was probably thrown off by Tiffany bringing up something personal. I'm sorry, you gotta be ready for that. There's a reason why you get paid the millions, Charlotte. You gotta be ready for that. You don't think CM Punk? You don't think Roman Reigns, The Rock, Austin, Hogan? There's a reason why they have the millions. When they get personal stuff like this, they're able to rebut with it every single time. They're able to handle it. Tiffany's still young. She's 25, so there is that whole, she's young, so I get why she's not good. But the problem with Tiffany is she's the women's champion. I could forgive this if she wasn't the women's champion. You are literally the top female on SmackDown. You're the champ. Pick it up. Pick it up.